Hello everybody, and welcome back to Kinlaig. We're in Walters. I've just been in for morning shower, and he's out the front. Should we have a little look around his house? That's a rather lovely picture of an old building. It's got this loft area, which is adorned with this. A random Well, that's not creepy at all, is it? Decent sized lofts, that. Nice little view of the woods. Still not sure it's been bricked up. TV, a bedroom. I'm guessing that would be the bathroom. Jack and Jill. Obviously I know because I've used this door. But yes, that's the bathroom. Still not a little guest bedroom. Why am I in the caravan? So be all of his. This is where he sits and does his farming bits. Unfortunately, you can see it is rather low ceilings on these old buildings. I seem to keep catching my head and things. We've got another little room here. Oh, he's got. Man's got loads of technology, and he does his recycling. He's a responsible chap. Oh, he's got them on a 2-for-1 offer, I'm guessing. Nice little kitchen. He's been to Sri Lanka, he's been America, he's been to Hutan Pantai. Little nod to Nessie there as well. He's looking at us through the window, so pretend we've not admiring his bagpipes. Sounds wrong. Oh, he's got a push bike. Maybe we can borrow that. Little utility room. Nice. He's got everything he needs, hasn't he? Really. Anyhow, that's Walters. That's the house. And that's why I don't work for Rightmove. Right, it's second part of September. Last episode we'd got that sorghum in. Now we need to do. Shut that door for now, can't I? We need to get the harvester out, but first I need to get all of the bales out of the way. I'm wondering whether to put them in here, but I'm also thinking, should we possibly, this is probably the best place to put them, or in here. Do I have the tarpaulin installed? We could probably stick a tarpaulin down for keeping the bales, couldn't we? I mean, that would fit in there lovely, wouldn't it? Should we put it there? It's not owned by us, so we can't do it, but put a bigger one there. I don't think it's going to go through that much, though. One thing we do need to do is switch to Walter's farm, so that also means I'd forgotten to bring in all these jobs. I can claim, right, so I spent about £5 in wages and stuff yesterday, the last episode, so £7 back for that and 5-6 on that, so we did make money on the job. We're looking okay. Not enough to pay the loan back yet. I've not looked at the market, so let's just switch over to Walter's. Main point here is trying to see what sort of money Walter can get in. Trailers out there. Let's head on out. I'm hoping I can use that trailer. I'm determined to find out unfold this. Ooh, oh, that's quite nice. That's all the grass up there. We don't have any more grass. The rest of it's all hay. Just go and check the feed now that we're on the other farm. We need to check the sheep as well. There's no point dragging it over there to then drag it back. They've got some in there. 1800. So we could put some grass over there. Let's just go and check on the sheep. Half acre is looking nice and dry. Sun's coming out a bit as well, which is going to be good to dry that barley up. So they've got quite a bit of food still. Actually, they're doing okay. This is quite cool. Can it open? Yeah. This is quite cool because it looks great and it has heat lamps, so it heats up in the night. The only trouble is there's no outside area for them, so they live in here basically, which is not the way I like it. I like animals out in the open, but I suppose there are sheep that do live in a shed. Plus, they might have really harsh winters up here. We'll find out soon enough. It's end of September. So, I might need to go and get a brush or something to try and... I might need a couple of implements for him. I suppose I could get them myself. We've got a little bit of money to buy some bits with, just to clean up. But otherwise, I guess the first thing to should we put a tarpaulin down? It's probably, I don't mind stacking. The only trouble is I feel like we might end up with, I think the collisions are still going to be a thing. So I think they'll start jumping and bouncing around themselves. So we could end up finding them all over the place. I guess there's only one way to find out though, isn't there really? But if it does happen, we know we can put a tarpaulin down there and that can keep all the bales. Nice. After this is not, so we'll get another cut, couldn't we? If we could look at maybe getting a mower. Otherwise we are pretty much, he said he doesn't mind us keeping some bits on the farm, just basically said we can use that in front of that shed there. He said we can put tools and stuff out there. I was going to put them out, Tedder outside the caravan, but he said he'd keep it locked in the gate for now, just out of the way, which was very nice of him. But I guess I shall go round and see how I'm going to go that way round. And see, there's about 70 odd. Plenty of entrances, isn't there? But yeah, this is going to take me a fair while because I'm going to try and neatly stack them in the shed as well. So I shall continue with this. I'll put a bit in for the cows as well. I just can't recall what they're going through, but it won't matter because we can check them regularly. That's a bit annoying. They're not juggling around at the minute, so this trailer's great for it. Perfect trailer for it. Loving it. And we'll drop them off. Oh, nearly, very, very nearly. Yeah, I'll go and drop them off and I'll come back to you in a bit. You don't want to watch this for the whole episode, do you? We've got a bit of we've got a lot of movement going on. Yeah, look, that's all going to end up going kaput, isn't it? Don't think we've got a way around this. We're going to have to put the tarpaulin in, which is a shame. There's no way that's not going to end up flying around, is it? Just thought I'd quickly demonstrate to you if you didn't realise just how frustrating this can be, because I was quite happy just to neatly stack everything and then handball it out as we required it, but it would appear that that is not to be. It's not a mod where we can just strap down I'm going to persist and keep going with it. In the hope that I can convince it to sit neatly. Still quite a bit to bring in now, I think. I'll see you shortly. Shortly. Bales are in. Chuck down an orange tarp just to stop the moisture getting in. That's 55 of 100. I think there may be the need to go higher and put a bigger tarp in, but we'll check with Walter at a later date for that. I need to keep my time listed as well. I started about, we'll call it 9 o'clock as well. Just gone 8:30, but we'll call it 9. Let's not rob the man. Hopefully there's enough fuel in this. And he's not got a lot of money to play with. And obviously we don't know yet how much debt he's in because we've not checked. We've not got the information out of him yet. However, I think I'm a bit worried for his financial security. Basically, have we got straw swath on? Yes, we have. I mean, this is only field to harvest. The cows are a long-term project for making money. Don't know if any of them are at a point yet, and then obviously we need the health up to 100 before we can think about going to market, and might make a bit more sense to get the stock levels up. Unless his process is just still getting a little bit of movement on that farmstead. Yeah, unless his process is buy them young and then feed them up and move them on, as opposed to waiting for them to grow. I don't think it would be. Don't even know if he's actually what he's using them for. I fully expect to find a bale somewhere in here. But yeah, we need to do something that's going to make him money. I'm wondering whether we find him something else, because I mean, one barley field is not going to get him to survive the year, let alone out of debt. Obviously the straw from this can possibly be sold as well. Maybe maybe we have a try and convince him a little bit about improving the layout of his farm, maybe. I've got a few ideas to post by him. One of them is that I'll just jump out and show you. I'll show you in a minute, actually. He's not that sure of what sort of soil this is scientifically. And with precision farming on, should probably try and get him to get this looked at to see how to get the best yield out of it. Yep. Love that. But yeah, I mean, we're ready to harvest, that's it. No soil data, so I'm trying to talk him into getting somebody to come out and test the soil. He says we'll talk it through once the harvest, and I think he's eager to try and see if he can liquidate some of this, but might have to wait until a better point of the year. I'll go and get the trailer and tractor, because for some reason I went and packed it away, and we'll need that. Right, we're nearly there. It's 2:30. I did not think this was going to take this long to do, but small tank, 4 mile an hour, small trailer as well. And I think it's only fair to say that we get a lot more off this field than I thought we would. I think I haven't counted how many trailer loads I've dropped off. I should have. We'll find out in a moment anyway. But this has this was a lot bigger the field than I was expecting to begin with, which is good. Good news for Walter. Turning this into straw, however, is going to be an issue, because it's going to be long, isn't it? There's going to be a lot of them. I'm going to have to put another or a bigger tarp down. We're going to need a bigger tarp. Might be the name of the episode, right at the end. But it won't be till next episode, but I'll give you a quick visual on something that's caught my eye. Look at that. £25,000 for a baler. Anything that's slightly putting me off the idea of it is it needs 100 horsepower, so if we spend £25,000 on that, I am going to have to up my horsepower of my tractor to be able to pull it. But we can take round bale contracts. Which could be incredibly sustainable for us, and it wouldn't be as painful as using the hand press for these. Thing is as well, which I won't show you until the next episode, something else was in the sale and I got so excited at the idea of it, especially for this Let's Play. Oh blimey, that's food up already. How close are we to the... Yeah, I'll just bring it over. I'll give you a hint. Very handy because of precision farming. However, I didn't have the money to enhance it yet, but either way, it will be useful for our what's going on with this stick? It will be useful going forward for our contracting work. Looking up here, actually, I'm going to spend the winter trying to convince Walter to possibly move his cows, because that's a decent sized field he could make arable. Obviously he's not got a harvester, but if they're both roughly, if he's got crop that he can either do two of the same crop, or if he's got crop that he does around the same time of year, just get a contractor in or just lease the equipment in, can't he? We need a good scout around the actual space that he's got. But I'm going to have to spend the time at the end of this episode deciding whether am I just going to walk around here with that bale press and make straw bales myself. I'll have to go to the shop, pick them up a bigger tarpaulin as well. Or am I going to put myself further in debt? The thing is, you can only go so far in debt, can't you? So if we end up something really good, really good comes up, plus, you know, if we find a really good plot of land that might be ideal for us to move on to. I need to have that little place that we done the sorghum harvest at. That place looked lovely. Only down the road as well, wasn't it? I don't want to get too excited and go for the first bit I've seen though. It's a bit of another idea as well that I've had, but it involves Walter. But the final strip, and then we'll have a quick check. We've got quite a bit done, to be fair. We've got all the bales moved, even though they're going to have to move again. I'm not sure if we're going to need this for the rest of the year. Is there likely to be any more harvesting done? So I might take this back to who released it off. Baler. Bigger tarp. Definitely going to need a bigger tarp. And what are we going to do with all the straw? Small straw bales, what's that likely to... The drop on this, you can't sit underneath, you're sitched on the outside. But that's where we're at. If you've enjoyed the episode, please hit the like button. If you're new here, feel free to hit the subscribe button, stay updated to any new content when it comes out. I'm thinking cows go up around here, you know, on that hill up there. Obviously we want to get that mowed first, especially if we can keep the tree there. I imagine that's what everybody thinks on this farm when they come in. Space on the left here as well for animals. Yeah, let's have a... I think there's... I reckon there's about 15,000 litres there. No, maybe more. I think he's going to have to dip into his he's not got any savings. He's going to have to dip into his overdraft to pay us for today's work up to now. We started at 9 o'clock. Anyway, not worry about that because he's sitting 29,000 litres. I was well off. 29,000 litres. What's that equate to at best price? Quick maths with a calculator. Let's call it 370. Oh, about 11 grand. So, get that shut for now, because that's that done. But yes, until the next time, he's going to probably... We could do with this trailer coming up in the sale. One last bit, tools, implement things, they're not on the sale only thing, because we're going to need them for things. So vehicles and main machinery in sale only, with a couple of slight caveats. But I need this back out, don't I, because I'm going to be... In fact, I could probably use his tractor. I don't know what I'm doing. There's going to be a while before I set the next episode off anyway. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye for now. Let's give him the bad news over a cup of tea.